Green flag in the air, and again we're underway. Much better start that time as the field hugs the bottom of turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side, nearly 3 wide now into turns 3 and 4. Wallace, Bollinger, and Hoffman in a tight battle for the lead. And here comes Mike McKinney now on the high side. McKinney all alone up there on the top. McKinney now splits the gap. Takes over the 3rd spot. Bollinger back to 4th. Trouble over in turn 2 for the 5 car of Stephen Brooks as he gets it turned around. Setting the pace off of 4. He's on the loud pedal. We're back underway. All cars safely through turns 1 and 2. Hoffman still in command now with about a 6-car length advantage over Kenny Wallace. Mike McKinney about 3-car lengths back in 3rd. Your top 5 remain the same with Bollinger and Shaw rounding out the top 5. Hoffman now beginning to pull away. As Mike McKinney, now the driver from Plainfield, begins to close in on the 36 of Kenny Wallace. McKinney now going to have a look to the inside of Wallace, going to slide up in front for 2nd. Back comes Wallace now side by side down the front straightaway. Give it to McKinney here at the line for 2nd. Mike McKinney now has his sights set on reeling in your leader, Nick Hoffman. They light the wicks. We're back underway. Hoffman with a quick start into 1. Wallace now slides up in front of McKinney, but back comes McKinney on the inside with a slide job of his own. Good action out there on the speedway between Wallace and McKinney. Bollinger beginning to close the gap. Again, McKinney takes a look to the inside. And once more, as the caution flies down in turn 1 this time. Hoffman up on the top. Kenny Wallace work in the middle. Mike McKinney on the high side as well. 10 to go now. Nick Hoffman opens up a half-second advantage over Kenny Wallace now, with 9 to go. Mike McKinney still there, less than a second behind. Mike McKinney now beginning to close the gap on Kenny Wallace in a battle for 2nd. Moving around the high side of Wallace, takes over that 2nd spot. the yellow flag flies once again. Nick Hoffman's going to light the fire, and away we go. Green flag's flying. Kenny Wallace now going to take advantage of that restart to pull up alongside Mike McKinney and challenge for second. Kenny Wallace now being shown in the second position. Hoffman battling that berm up in turns 3 and 4. One final time around. Gets the white flag. Mike McKinney now back to second. A half a lap away for Nick Hoffman. Good battle for second between Wallace and McKinney. Who's it going to be? Nick Hoffman's off of 4. He's going to see the checkered flag, and here comes McKinney to claim second around Kenny Wallace. Ray Bollinger's going to finish 4th. Brian Shaw 5th.
Your winner of night number 1. Winner of night number 1 at the Summit Modified Nationals, Nick Hoffman. Nick, normally when you climb out of the car, you know, still being at that young age, you look like, well, this wasn't too bad. I think you worked for this one here tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to race against my teammate there. Finished 1st and 2nd. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it was 1 and 2 was kind of my style, and 3 and 4 was his style. So I wasn't very good down there. I kept hitting the holes and push, and but you know, I knew if I just kind of held a decent line, it'd be tough to get around me. But yeah, I can't thank everybody enough. You know, this thing was awesome. You know, just glad to keep her in one piece and then move on tomorrow.
Yeah, the racetrack was a challenge for you, but the Elite chassis held up, and of course, everything stayed bolted on. You got yourself a nice way to start this Summit Modified Nationals. Something new this year, the crew gets a pit mat to work on under the car, so maybe it'll be a little bit better for them too.
Yeah, we won't get so dirty maybe tomorrow, but yeah, you know, hats off to Kankakee. They gave us a great racetrack. You know, all the fans for coming out, and it's pretty cool. This is my first, you know, Summit Modified Nationals win, and I've been here twice and I've won twice, so we still got a pretty good record here. But you know, we'll move on tomorrow and see what we got. It's you know, a long schedule, and I'm gonna try and hit as many as I can. You know, being so far from home, but. You know, some people got to work. Dad's got to go back to work. But, you know, we're going to try and do as many as we can and try and pick off as many as we can before Harrison takes off in the middle of the summer.